What's up, you guys? It's Mia with EDM Elevated, and I'm here with Zach today. How are you?
I'm amazing.
Great. We're going to be doing a little chit-chat back and forth. Hope you guys enjoy. And yeah, we're going to get started. So, in one sentence, what is Artist Invitational?
It's where all your hopes and dreams come true, honestly. But really, it's this place where you can meet like-minded producers, share your tracks on a great sound system, and more importantly, get out of your comfort zone. That's the biggest thing there.
Awesome. Okay. And when's the next one happening?
We're looking at August 27th at the Studio by Soundwell. We usually do it from 7:30 to 10:30, sometimes 11. It really depends on how many people show up.
All right.
Yeah.
August 27th. You've heard it. Mark your calendars now. It's going to be here before you know it. All right. So let's go ahead. We're going to deep dive into this a little bit more. How did you become Zebra?
Well, fourscore. Zebra was my nickname since I've been young. Before I really started getting into like producing and DJing music, it actually was my first like graffiti and tagging name. I was really into 80s hip hop, and really some people had emo phases. I was really into like 80s hip hop, like really funky stuff. So yeah.
All right. When you were starting out, who was the one that gave you the shot?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many shots, but when I talk about being as an artist and being able to play it live, I would say it's the crew over at Electronic Continuum. They are for the people, by the people, and were willing to give me an opportunity, and it really helped me just get my name on a flyer for the first time and kind of build some momentum here in the Salt Lake scene.
There you go. Well, jumping back to when you first started, kind of what was the scene like, the rave scene in Salt Lake City?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was, you predominantly saw like V2 was like the number one. And at the time, there was a lot of smaller collectives, but I think it was more segmented based off the culture. So you had your burners, you had your younger ravers, and then you kind of had your hip hop scene and the rock scene. They all shared the same venues, but I don't think they all mingled quite a bit. But it definitely wasn't as niche, I think, as if we fast forward to today as it is nowadays.
Interesting. And was there kind of like a room like this where, you could kind of go and practice? Or was it more of like, I'm in my basement in my room, sorry, mom and dad?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think where everybody starts is they get the courage to download a software on their computer or buy an instrument that's probably used. And then from there, gradually, you need more space and more room. But a studio like this, specifically for EDM artists, nothing that I was aware of. I was usually trying to go find friends or make friends that had the equipment I wanted to play on or the sound system I couldn't afford.
Yeah, man, that's why we love the Space. Shout out the Space. If you've never heard of it, look it up, get your ass in here, start mixing.
TheSpaceSLC.com.
Yes. Yep. What a tag. Going back to Artist Invitational, walk me through the night. I show up at the door, walk me through what happens the second I walk in and so the lights come on and I'm going home.
Yeah, so you walk in, and especially if it's your first time, you're probably feeling incredibly uncomfortable. You're probably thinking of a million reasons why not to show up to share a track with a bunch of strangers. You may have brought a homie with you, or maybe your home girl, whatever it might be. But you're walking through, getting your ID checked, you're looking around, seeing if you recognize anybody, and you're probably just seeing me and the crew setting up speakers and CDJs. And from there, you have a seat, maybe grab a slice from the studio. Shout out to the studio, they have great food. And then we usually kick things off about 20 minutes after 7 o'clock to get your track playing. So it's, I can only imagine the only time I got to experience the Artist Invitational through the lens of an artist for the first time was from the very first one that we threw. And I remember that clear as day. And I'm gonna keep going here. I remember it clear as day. Essentially, I had this idea for this event and I made a flyer. I did some Instagram ads. I didn't think anybody was gonna show up. I'm sitting there at Boomerangs, because that's where we used to have it. I'm sitting there at the bar with my laptop and I'm trying to be professional and I want to get there early. And I start to see people kind of walk through the door and they kind of have that look where you kind of look around, like I'm looking for somebody. I was like, that's a fucking DJ. That's a producer
That's
right
my
there.
guy right there.
And with the help of some of my friends, they helped me just kind of get over the awkwardness. And yeah, from there on, the music plays and you get to make some incredible relationships and friends.
Oh yeah, it's definitely such a great opportunity for everyone in the scene to, you know, connect, find new friends, find a mentor. Check it out. Obviously, if you're a producer, like, please do not sleep on this.
Please check it out.
There's tons of opportunity here. And you know what happens after the listening part? You know, you just went up, they play their song. What happens after?
The crowd goes wild. The reality is it's almost like show and tell for producers and artists. So if it's your first time or your 5th time or your 24th time, we've been doing it for a while now, you go up on stage, you plug in, get your track queued up, you talk on the mic, share a bit about your story, any upcoming shows. Really, you're in a room full of your peers that really care about this, and all at different stages of their careers or where, you know, different motivations. But really, when the music stops, the crowd goes wild because it truly is a room full of other producers that had the same experience as you, where we're in a bedroom and we want to be able to share our music with somebody live for the first time.
Oh,
and
yeah.
The people that keep coming back month over month, it creates that culture. We want to be supportive. We want to highlight the folks that got out of their comfort zone for the first time. And yeah, it's created, I mean, once your song finishes, it's a relief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're basically telling me it's homies supporting homies.
That's what it becomes very quickly.
All right. I love that. I'm going to clear things up, you know, on the practicality side for anyone who's actually thinking about coming. Does their track have to be finished?
No, not at all. Come rinse your whips. Obviously, if it's not mastered or you're not hitting certain dBs, it might sound a little different on our sound system compared to other folks that are playing mastered tracks. But really, if you have a track that you're worried about playing or worried about finishing, it's the best excuse to get out of your comfort zone and come hear it live, because I guarantee it'll get you out of your comfort zone and get you inspired to essentially finish that track, or maybe you abandon it. But tracks do not have to be finished. We monitor all the sound to just make sure it sounds as good as we can and as good as possible.
Hell yeah. And let's say I'm a first-time DJ, I have one song. Do I need any other songs to come up to play? Do I need any past releases, anything like that? Or can I just throw up the first song I've made? Yeah,
throw up the first song you made. I mean, we have a form that you pre-fill out. It helps me create the lineup. It also helps me just keep track of how much time we actually have for the evening. But essentially, fill out the form, I'll add you to the list, come with your prepared USB with your track on there. If you have never formatted a USB for Rekordbox or CDJs, there's also a link there in my email where you send it to me directly. I'll have it available for playback at the beginning of the track. I really the goal is, I don't want there to be anything technical that discourages somebody to come out and mingle and hear their track on a great sound system around their peers that are out here in Salt Lake.
Yeah, honestly, that's huge, especially as, you know, first-time producers, first-time artists. Like, obviously, the stress that you're already having of just performing in front of people, period, you know, kind of relieving that stress off their back, especially if they don't know how to port a USB right. That's huge, and, you know, that's one step of support that they probably need to get that confidence to continue playing. And
I mean, you mentioned before that you're a Wooly fan. Imagine the first time Wooly played their first track in front of his friends.
Oh, yeah.
Or in front of other people outside of the friend group.
Yep. He was probably stressed out.
Probably stressed the fuck out.
Oh, yeah.
But getting out of your comfort zone just from the two people that you know that will give you the validation you need, get you out of your comfort zone, that's really the experience we're trying to create for each other.
Awesome. And are there any genres that are off limits, and how many spots are at this event? Yeah,
I mean, with the event, we try to go up to 3 hours depending on how many artists we have, sometimes over. Really depends on the evening. But as far as genres, we're genre neutral. We get folks that are lyricists that are hip hop producers, and they may have not produced the beat, but their lyrics are on these. And then we get some rockers too, where we hear some punk songs. We get mainly EDM music of all genres, but we highly encourage, we want to hear everybody's music, because at the end of the day, that vocalist might sound great on this house track. You know what I'm saying? There's some collaboration there that can happen, and it's beautiful.
Like, if you are listening from outside the EDM scene, please tap in. You've heard it from Zach. You may be able to collaborate with an EDM artist, or them with you. So there are already club nights, open decks, group chats, live streaming. What was missing that made you build Artist Invitational?
Yeah, I think at the time, it was about 2.5 years ago, I think open decks specifically are really big outside of Utah, but they weren't very big in Utah. At the time, I don't think there were any open decks. And I know that because I was looking for them. I was a producer and a DJ trying to find open decks, and I'm used to it in other markets. So really, as my shift and my focus transitioned from just being a DJ to producing, I wanted to find a way to get outside my element, but also a way to share tracks with people other than the ether of the internet and the same 5 people I could send my music to. So really the idea and the concept behind it is how do we take the bedroom listening and just bring it to a venue where you can share it with other producers. So at the time, to answer your question, I don't think there was really anything like this that truly gives the producer the spotlight and the opportunity to meet their peers.
Yeah, no, definitely, that's fair. Like, especially when it comes to like live streaming, for example, you know, you're still secluded in a room or a space or whatever it is, but like now you're getting that face-to-face interaction when you go to Artist Invitational, and that opens plenty of doors for opportunities. Like, you never know who you're going to meet next. So for a producer or DJ listening to this, what does having your track in a room full of other producers give you that maybe sending a link to, or maybe like doing a live stream wouldn't, other than obviously like the face-to-face connection that you're making?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things is we can go out and like cold DM our tracks to our other artists that we look up to. We can email them, kind of, you know, throw it out to the ether of the internet, post it live, and just hope somebody listens. But I think the biggest difference when you get to actually hear your track on a sound system, especially for the first time, I think it's a surreal experience where you get to actually say, wow, I actually did this.
Yeah.
I actually did this. And then for a moment there, you forget that you're in a room full of strangers. Oh, yeah. And then the track ends, and everybody goes nuts, and people come up to you and want to buy you a beer or just want to collaborate with you. I think that's the moment where there's an actual injection just full of like validation saying, don't fucking quit. You're creative. We hear it. Come back next month and share another fucking track. Yeah. Like, it's real. It's real. It's a feeling. It's the best high five, but like in your chest. In your chest, you just feel it. I love that. For you personally, what did you learn about your own music the first time you heard it on a real system? Yeah. Well, compared to other artists at the Artist Invitational, my music's trash. But no, I think... you guys can be the judge of that at DOS Energy, by the way. Yeah. At Z for Zubra on Instagram. Plug. But as far as listening to on a real sound system, I think one of the cool things is you actually get to hear your low end. You get to actually see if you're redlining. You actually get to hear, you know, what is really harsh in the mix. But more importantly, afterwards, you get a reaction and you get feedback from this event specifically. And I think aside from just the validation you get, if you sit right in the center of the room in front of those speakers, you're going to go home and work on that mix. You're going to hear how it's going to sound if your favorite artist played it at a club. Oh, yeah. And I think that process alone, even if your favorite artist doesn't play it, you still get to start thinking that way and get to practice that mindset and train your ears, which I don't think a lot of us get an opportunity to do outside of our headphones or our studio monitors at home. Yeah, take me back to that moment. You know, tell me about your first experience hearing it live. You know, where were you? What were the feelings you were feeling, you know, the before and the after? Yeah, I was super nervous. And it's funny because especially at the first Artist Invitational, I had a few tracks done, but you sit there and you scroll like, which one am I going to play? And you think about it. Maybe you even finish the mix at the bar or in your car on the way there when you're parked in the parking lot stressing about it. It's so real. Like, there's so many people that come and be like, I was just in my car, sorry I'm late. I was just finishing my mix on Ableton or FL. And I'm like, I know exactly what you're talking about. But really, it's given when you finally push play, you're going down that mountain. You're riding down the slope. You're committed. It's not going back. There's no fucking going back. Yeah, no. And I think what's fun about it is you do it enough times, it starts to become second nature and you get more comfortable. So hopefully, at least for me, when I would do it at other places outside of our event, I already had that muscle memory starting to build up slowly. Yeah. It's still nerve-wracking though. Oh, yeah, 100%. Being a DJ is already nerve-wracking and hard enough. How do you encourage people to go up there and play their own track? Yeah, I think it all comes down to really the intake form, seeing who signs up and if you leave comments and say what your goals are for the coming year and what you're hoping to get out of the event, that triggers me because I get to see that. I really try my best to reach out to you and say, hey, I see it's your first time. Come show up. There's at least one person that wants to hear your track, I promise you. Once you get there, you're going to realize everybody else does. But I think it's also when you're there and you're listening to other people perform the track and the crowd's reaction, and you actually get to sit in the room and feel the culture that's being built in that room, I think it becomes still nerve-wracking to go up there and play it, but a little bit easier. A little bit easier to essentially just dive in and play a track for folks, because that's ultimately what we're trying to do, is just get you more and more comfortable playing music for people that are the same vocation but maybe not the same area code, the same genre, the same lane.
Okay. And what happens when a producer doesn't get the reaction they were hoping for?
Yeah, I don't think anybody really knows. I don't think anybody knows what reaction they're hoping for other than the individual, so I can't speak to them specifically. But I will say that of its own is a lesson in itself, where sometimes managing your expectations about what others think about your art is very useful habit to start getting into. Because at the end of the day, if it sounds good to you, who fucking cares what anybody's opinion is? Yeah. Like, it felt good making it felt good playing it, full send, chase that feeling, not the feeling of other people's reactions. Is that kind of on the roadmap? Is like to get into producing when things clear up a little bit more?
Yeah. We, like, from where we started to where we are now, like, I'm very proud. Like, within, like, 6 months of us starting, we ran our own show out of a laundromat.
So sick.
It was so much fun. It was so much fun. Gangster. It was so fun. I would love to do it again. But
is the idea to eventually maybe learn Ableton or one of the softwares? Start doing.
I have Ableton. Like, I just have to tap into it a little bit more.
Have you been to the Artist Invitational? You should come through.
Yeah, I might have to.
I know you're busy, but I promise.
August 27th.
I promise you, you'll hear somebody's music and be like, I want to do that, and you'll be like, wait a second, I know you. It's great. Can you show me how to do that?
Yeah.
It's not one of these get rich quick scheme Instagram ads. It's not, this is the sample pack that'll make your music sound better. It's like a real person that's down to fuck with you.
Yeah.
And teach you software.
It's nice because Dakota, who's like my duo partner, he knows, like, he's made songs. So, like, it's just a matter of, like, us actually, like, tapping it.
So I have to peer pressure you and Dakota to come play a track.
Basically.
On August 27th.
Basically.
I'd fucking love to hear it.
He's good.
That's honestly what it's about. Like, it's so cheesy. I don't care that we're recording, but
no, we have so much fun. Like, we did our first show together was a month after we decided to do it. It was the EDM Elevated live stream.
Fuck yeah.
And then we played Boomerangs for Yellowbrook Road, like 2 months later. And then we played, I want to say we did a Renegade out in Heber. And then we did, you know Lennox?
I don't think so.
Okay. He's like a rhythm DJ. But he, like, he's a local. He had like an album opening party. We did that. We played for him there. And then we played at the laundromat. Like, it's so fun.
So you love mixing?
I love mixing. I'm actually mixing.
I'm gonna pitch you on fucking producing.
Do it. Cause like once I get the time to do it, I'll do it. But
it takes time. Yeah. It's like, man, I used to avoid producing for years. I was like, I'm going to make it as a DJ. I'm going to play on loudspeakers because I'm a DJ. And I made it pretty far. But then finally, it clicked. And I was like, all right, I need to figure out how to write music. And it sucks ass. It sucks. It fucking sucks. I'm going to be creative in an office in front of a computer with headphones on. I'm sitting there clicking, trying to click through. It's a fucking software. So not only are you trying to, like, make the music that you hear. It's not like it's a guitar or a violin where you can make sound. You're sitting there fucking like this, like,
playing click, the same beat over and over again.
And then you're pulling up your YouTube and it's all clunky because you don't have a workflow yet and you don't have two screens and you're sharing and you give up because you've been working on a kick for 2 hours.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then slowly something clicks or you meet the right person that teaches a thing that gets your workflow streamlined. And then it's like, so for example, I used to think I needed a full day to produce. Fast forward 8 years. I have a baby right now. I have a wife. We just bought a house. I have a full-time job. I'm DJing. I'm doing all this shit.
You're doing it all.
Now I know I just need 2 hours a week to start something because I know if I can start something, that momentum of starting a track carries into everything else in my life.
Oh, yeah.
And the next 2 hours, I can't fucking wait for it. It's just nuts. So I'm going to get your ass. I can't wait for you to have the time to produce because
oh, I'm all in.
It's better than playing in front of a crowd, at least for me right now.
I will tell you, we only play dubstep and rhythm.
That's fine.
That's
all
what
my
we tap
best
into.
friends are dubstep and rhythm artists.
Yeah.
I'm the house head. I drag them to my shitty fucking shows with 5 people in it, which is all rhythm people. They're all my friends. And then they drag me to all the bass shows. Like
that's fair.
You know, A-Leaks and those guys.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, A-Leaks is hands down, he shows up to the first Artist Invitational. I'm from Minnesota. I just moved here. That fucking Midwesterner charm, the nicest guy on the fucking planet. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to hear your music. What kind of music you make? He's like, oh, I make bass, like rhythm. I'm like, oh, okay, sure. Didn't think nothing of it because he's just a fucking delight.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Shout out to
I love
A-Leaks.
that, man.
And then he goes up there and he plays the most insane, scariest fucking track ever. And it sounded great.
Oh, yeah.
Like
he's crazy.
When I grow up, when I die, I'm going to be reincarnated and probably make bass music. Right now, I'm really happy with my 4 on the floor, but good Lord. So...
Are you not going to tap into an alter ego?
No, if I do, it's probably going to be like hard groove and techno.
Okay. That's fair.
Right now.
You don't want to tap in?
This life.
You don't want to tap into the dubstep scene? You know Wooly has a house alias?
I didn't know that.
Stumpy.
You guys send me that link because I fucking love Wooly. That's like a dream collab. A mammoth with some zebra stripes on it.
Oh, shit. Manifesting right now.
I can't wait to go to the Artist Invitational and find bass artists that produce better than me and say, hey, will you show me how to do this?
Okay.
That was a stretch, I know.
Listen,
back on track. I'm just saying, you got a spot to come and get inspired.
I will come and watch. I don't know if we have...
No, it's so good.
We'll come
It's so good. EDM Elevated, you guys, I fucking love you to death. We will take care of you, get you a pizza, drinks on us. Pizza
party!
It's so good. Shout out to the studio. They got good pizza.
I believe it. I love pizza. Pineapple on pizza?
Yes.
Yeah? No? No?
It's not my thing.
It's not your thing.
But I will have pineapple on pizza if you come to an Artist Invitational.
Okay.
Here's
What's
the
your
thing.
go-to, like, pizza order, though?
Pepperoni pizza, baby. A little bit of ranch. We're good
Keep
to
it
go.
classic?
Keep it classic.
Have you ever had sriracha?
Yeah, I have.
It's good.
Make it at home.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I used to work at Mod Pizza, so
I fuck with Mod.
I know all the tips and tricks.
You know your
roasted corn on pizza actually hits. Believe it or not.
That sounds really good, actually.
It actually is. I'm not lying.
I think they can do that at the studio.
Roasted corn on pizza.
That's it.
Yeah. We'll have to come through. Like,
You'll be so delighted.
we're doing a little, like, pre-party at our house on Saturday for DOS. And I'm going to be playing a mix, so you're more than welcome to come through and watch if you want. It's going to be dubstep, though.
You realize, like, I started in trap and dubstep. In 2013, Skrillex is popping off. I was like, oh, electro. And then there was Bass House. And then fucking Hero Bust, fucking trap, who was doing rhythm sounds before rhythm.
Okay.
His sound design was rhythm before rhythm. It was just trap. And then it started to get heavier and heavier and heavier. And then somehow I ran into fucking minimal house and I found a groove.
There you go.
I also got, I think the gray hair started coming in too. I'll make some fucking rhythm all day.
I love rhythm.
I know you do.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah.
There's no boundaries.
No boundaries.
Fucking Artist Invitational. I want it all.
He wants it all.
I want to hear it all.
Even the dubstep. Even the dubstep.
I'll have to show you one of my dubstep tracks I made.
Okay, where were we?
Seriously, like, whenever you're ready, you go to spot. It's like, I know where you're at.
Yeah.
Like, but when you walk into that room, we're all in that situation where we're too busy or like we have a lot of shit going on, but there's like that sliver of us when we're at our day jobs and doing shit that we don't want to fucking do that we have to do. When you walk into that room, it's almost like trauma bonding in the best way. We're all on the same fucking page. How you been? Oh, I've been fucking working, blah, 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 blah. It's like, I can't wait. You're playing a track tonight, right? Yeah, yeah. You made time to make something? Yeah. What about you? Oh, I've been busy too. XYZ, XYZ. You're playing a track too. Oh my God, you made time to, like, it's like so unsaid, but like, there's kind of like this like subtle, like nod. And the cool part is like, even people that sign up or just show up that are just DJs, the rhythm guys, the trench, like all the bass artists, they want you to hear it, because the best question any of us could be asked is, hey, can I get a download of that track so I can play it at one of my gigs?
That's fair.
What a compliment that is.
That's huge.
So like a really big piece of this, which we're going to slowly try to encourage and build out with time, is we don't just want producers in that room. We want the plus ones. We want the friends. We want the people that are just looking for new music. But more importantly, the only way as producers, like we really truly win, is if a DJ wants to play our music.
Yeah.
When you're crate digging, you'll hear a rhythm artist play that song and be like, heard that like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
I heard that 3 weeks ago. I got a better flip. I got a better remix.
I'll tell you, when Subtronics came out with his Zelda drop, have you heard that drop?
No.
Okay. It was storming on SoundCloud for probably like 2 months before he played it at a show.
Okay.
And I remember watching a TikTok video of someone being like, holy shit, this drop is crazy. And I looked at the code out and I was like, we were playing that shit before Subtronics got his hands on it. Like,
that's the feeling.
It's crazy.
That's the feeling. So imagine one of your favorites, Wooly, is in that room and plays the track that is the viral track. Or that local artist finally gets the chance to play on a huge sound system, but you got it first. We all play the same shit. We're all farming from the same SoundCloud, the fucking DJ pools, the record pools. What this really is like an ID heaven. Like it's hard because I have to download people's tracks if they don't have a USB formatted. And they'll be incredible producers. They've never DJ'd before, but they have fucking bangers. And it's kind of double-edged. I'm like, fuck, I wish they learned how to format a USB so I don't have to fucking do all this work. But I have a USB now full of a bunch of undercover fucking artists' IDs.
Yeah, that's nuts.
And one of us in that room is going to take off. At least one of us is going to take off. In the meantime, we're all going to keep having fun and grinding. But that's really what keeps me going with it, is like, one of us is going to fucking take off, and there's going to be 20 to 50 of us that were in that room when they played that track and be like, holy fuck, I heard this while I was eating pizza at a bar in Salt Lake City. Like, are you fucking kidding me? It's the ultimate DJ crate digging. Oh, I love that shit. So anyways.
I love ID hunting. And you find the one sound on SoundCloud that has like 100 plays and you're like a little bit skeptical.
Yep.
You play it and then it's like, oh shit, I need to download this right now.
You click on their Instagram and it's deleted. You're like, who the fuck is this person? Yeah. It's like, how do I get this ID?
Yep. No.
Do I rip it? Do I reach out to them? Okay, how do I find their email? How do I find their username on something to get it from them?
Something?
Yeah, I want the wave.
No, there's a lot of hidden bangers. Like, you can find what you're looking for. If you truly, like, deep dive into it, you can find your sound.
And there's so much out there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So even in your lane, in Utah alone, there's so many people we haven't met, or you haven't met, or that we won't meet. And that's the idea of the Artist Invitational, is like, how do we get them out of the fucking cuts and get them into this room? We want to hear. So it gets exciting.
That sounds extremely exciting. When you first started Artist Invitational, and you're kind of like looking back at all of the events you've held, what was the moment that, you kind of had an epiphany and you're like, holy shit, like this is, like, what's the wording I'm trying to find? You're like, holy shit, this is the moment. It's bigger than, what I've hoped for. My vision's coming to life.
There's a bunch of milestones. but I would say, honestly, it was the very first Artist Invitational. The crew at Electronic Continuum, I pitched this idea to them for probably about a year or two while I was getting to know them, just saying, hey, I think this would be a cool event. And then I made the shitty flyer because I didn't know how to do that. And then I made the form, and then I said, be at this spot, and I ran some ads, which I never did before. But it really was, like I said before, when I started to recognize, like, oh, that's an artist right there, trying to look for the right spot to be. And then 30 people show up, 30 different people who I've never met before. Maybe one or two of them I knew, but, we're talking 30 different producers who showed up with a USB stick with one of their tracks. I was like, holy cow. Really, the aha moment was I was stressing the whole time about setting the first one up. I was like, okay, I'm going to be on the mic, but I have to go mingle and make sure people meet each other. I have to go introduce them. So I have to be the host, and I have to bounce and bounce and bounce and then get up on stage and announce the next artist. I have to make sure that the culture builds. And it was literally after the first track that I looked down and it was happening. Like, I looked and I was like, oh, they're making friends with each other. I don't have to be that person to do it. Not that I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I want to meet them too. I want to meet everybody too, but I didn't have to be so hands-on facilitating, like, you meet you and shake hands. It was happening. And I was like, holy fuck, that just took so much work off my plate. We have to keep doing this. And then we have our 1 year anniversary. And then we have our 2 year anniversary. And then this year will be our 3rd year doing it. And we get new faces, old faces. That was the moment. It was like, wow, if you build it, they will come.
They will. And you get to see it firsthand, the organic friendships and connections that people are making.
Yeah.
That's something I love about the community is, like, I don't have to know you to be comfortable enough to be like, I'm so-and-so, let's fucking headbang, let's dance, let's shuffle, let's do this, let's do that. Like, the community in itself is, like, just so welcoming.
It's plur. It's fucking why we're in the EDM in the first place. It's fucking plur. Until you go to the parking lot after the rave, everybody hates each other. But it's fucking plur.
It is plur. And I love to see it. Especially, like, I'm sure is, like, you compare your first night to your most recent night. Like, obviously there's trials and tribulations that you go through, like building an event, running an event, making sure everything goes smoothly. But, like, I'm sure you can compare your first night to your most recent night and be like, holy shit, like, we have grown. Our community has grown. You've probably, like, just being in the scene in general, you've probably seen it, like, go from one kind of, like, part of life into, like, the next part of life, and, like, the scene is constantly growing. So that's incredible to hear, honestly.
You kind of say it's like, not only has the event grown, but it's kind of cool because since I host it every month, especially the bunch of people that still show up from the very first one, we've all got to watch our journeys together.
Yeah.
For instance, like, Are You Up, Ryan, the spaceslc.com, when he first came out with his crew for the very first one, I was just as nervous nobody's going to show up as he probably was just showing up for the first time. You fast forward to today, he's helping throw the Breakaway festival that we have coming up. He, in such a short amount of time, created a space like this that we didn't have before, where now there's 3 different rooms, one for bands, one for producers, and one for DJ practicing. And that's just one example of somebody that was there from day one, where we get to see the journey of each other.
Oh, yeah.
And more importantly, we get to hear how much better our sound is getting.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of the day, it's really about the music. Everybody's leveling the fuck up. So it's really fun. If you come consistently enough, you see the same faces. You also get to hear the hard work they've been putting in with the day job, with all the shit they're juggling outside of it.
Yeah, no, is there like a certain someone or someones that come to mind that you've seen from the first or second Artist Invitational, and kind of, seeing their growth? Like, are there people that come to mind when you're like, holy shit, like, I've witnessed this individual go from this to this, and they're fucking growing, they're on track, they have so much momentum right now?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many, and I do a disservice. I wish we could spend another 3 hours talking about all the names, but I think the top ones that come to mind with that question, I would say Ryan, Are You Up, the Space SLC, not only music-wise, but as a DJ, bigger and bigger shows, but also a full circle giving back to the community with a space like the spaceslc.com. A Leaks signs up, I think it was about a year and a half into the Artist Invitational, comes to an event. I'm from Minnesota. I like bass music, heavy bass music, and I get to meet him. And then you fast forward to today where he also has created his own space similar to this. You went to sound, which is his own. You went to sound. It's great. I was just over there practicing. So, and also creating incredible fucking music and an awesome DJ and an awesome brand, but to the point, fast forward to today, where now there's this resource for the community. But even the very first Artist Invitational, Lextasy, aka part of Mayplo, shows up with Sky Jeffries, shout out to Sky, because Sky forced her to get out of her comfort zone and come show up to this event as her manager and friend. Like, get out of your comfort zone, come share a track. Lextasy shows up, and now her brother are fucking releasing insane tracks with incredible streams, not only on Spotify, but on all platforms. Some of the coolest content at Mutiny Collective, where the lights are going and you just see the sea of people fucking rocking out to those two on the fucking stage. They're all small because it's on the Instagram stage. But I remember Lextasy showing up and being like, fuck, you showed up for my event. I can't wait to see like what comes of this. And you fast forward to today and they're an incredible act. So like and that's just 3 out of all of them. And some of them don't even perform DJing. Some of them transition into, they want to do sound effects for fucking movies. And they have their career that's not on the social medias, but you get the privilege of seeing these things. So.
Yeah. And you can definitely like you said, you don't have to be a DJ to, you know, make music. Tap into the movie scene, tap into the TV show scene. You know, there's a lot of behind the scenes that goes into everyday life that you can tap into when it comes to making music.
Well, it's really, we're audiophiles. And it's a vocation. It's like, I like sound. I happen to like music associated with it, but sound in general and learning how to manipulate it or make it or create it or express it, that branches off into a million possibilities. And the cool part is since there's so many possibilities of how we can express it or make money off it, there's so many reasons why people in that room can relate to each other. So it's fucking sick, dude.
No, it sounds
so much fun.
Amazing. You know, it sounds like such a space where, you know, you have the energy, you have the crowd, you have the people, you know, you're going to find friends there, you're going to make connections. It's definitely something that you guys might want to tap into, you know, like he said, get out of your comfort zone, come meet people, come meet your fellow friends, your fellow DJs, your fellow producers. Just come connect, and you never know what your next step is going to be in life. You're going to open a door with an opportunity that you might not have had if you didn't step out of your comfort zone, you know? So when we kind of talk about Artist Invitational, what goes behind the scenes that not a lot of people are seeing?
Well, I think it's really just the preparation, the setup. I mean, as an artist, you know how much a lot of artists will relate. There's so much that goes into just building a brand on social media. So there's a lot of that, posting consistently. I think to the core, though, it's also coordinating equipment. We need to have sound. We need to have a venue. It's also a free event, so we don't make money on the event. So we have to make sure we have a venue partner as well as sound and lighting and all that. Those partners that are also on the same page and are really bought into that experience. But another thing is just making it as accessible as possible for folks. So making sure our registration form is as streamlined and as straightforward and detailed as possible. But I think really the work that it goes into it, and it's really my personal goal with it, is I'm going to do it as long as I can. So just a consistent spot that we can show up every month where I haven't been there in like 5 months, but I need to rinse this track. You know, you can come back to the Artist Invitational, and it's all hands on deck. It takes a lot of friends. It takes Electronic Continuum. It takes our great venue partners, Live Night Events, as well as the studio at Soundwell. It takes a lot of coordination. So it's almost like its own little part-time job while producing music, while DJing.
Oh, yeah. No, okay. Little job there.
I'm just kidding. We're friends here.
Are we? Just kidding. Check out Zebra. Look at these merch. SpaceSLC.com, You Into Sound, Electronic Continuum, everyone. All right. So let's say, okay, well, I can't. Like, I don't make music at all.
Not yet.
Why should I come to Artist Invitational?
Why should DJs come to Artist Invitational? Music lovers?
Music lovers in general. Let's say you just want to, you know, go support some locals. Why should you go to Artist Invitational?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I think the reason why to come to the Artist Invitational, because it truly is art underground at its core. How would I say this? Why come to the Artist Invitational? It truly is networking at its core. It's getting out of your comfort zone. It's also supporting. It's also watching people get out of their comfort zone and being able to give them a fuck yeah and cheer them on, because you can see it. We see it on each other's faces. So regardless if you're a producer or if you're a DJ or if you're just a fan of music and sound, it's a place where you can come support that really at its core.
Yeah. Yeah, truly.
I like to say, like, we are the underground.
I like that.
I think we are the underground.
Yeah.
We're the ones really trying to push the sound of Salt Lake from its core, not just play it, but also produce it alone in our bedrooms, scared that somebody might not fuck with it.
Yeah.
But there just so happens to be an event every month where we fuck with it.
Yeah.
We'll give you feedback and we got your back.
Yeah, and you're also like tapping into, you know, DJs that don't get the opportunity to play open ring slots or live streams or anything like that.
That's a great point.
So you truly are the underground. Like, if you want to see someone, you're probably going to see someone who's had an opening slot, but you're also going to probably see someone who's never played in front of anyone but their two friends.
Definitely. So. You get a lot of different skill sets or different folks at different places in, I guess, what we call their career. Mm-hmm. I will say this, the number one goal of the Artist Invitational is just, one, to provide that monthly stage where you can come rinse your tracks and connect with other producers. But we pair up with folks like the studio at Soundwell intentionally, Electronic Continuum intentionally, really any partners that are with the Artist Invitational or help us out or donate. Really the idea when we go into partnership with them is, what can you bring that help elevate the artists that do show up to our events? Yeah. Whether it's an opening slot at a show or it's a free tutorial or lessons, whatever it might be, who we pair with and partner with, the idea behind it is, how do we just add more value to our free event monthly?
I love that. You know, quality over quantity. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like, you're building something from the ground up. What is like what about Artist Invitational are you most proud of? Other than, like, you know, seeing people grow, or hearing this track and then it's being played by someone big 2 months later, like behind the scenes when it comes to the venue, your, you know, partners in it.
That's a great.
When you think of a moment that you're proud of or the people you're proud of, what comes to mind?
Yeah, I don't know if I can give you a specific answer, but I can tell you a very specific moment. And I want to say we're maybe 6 months into hosting this event, maybe more. And I was at it. I went to a Black Void show, and I'm one of the solo ravers where I like to just go cutty with my hoodie on, and then like who I see is who I see, but I like to go for the music. Mm-hmm. And I go to a Black Void show, and this was a bit different experience. It's like, oh, hey, good to see you. One person from the Artist Invitational. And it's like, oh shit, there you are from the Artist Invitational. And there's another three. And it's like, oh shit, what's up, guys? And we're sitting there and we're watching a fellow Artist Invitational DJ play at Black Void, one of the best promoters in our city by far. And I sit there for a moment and I look around, and there's probably a squad of like maybe 12, maybe more of us. And we're just getting down, watching our friend play. And then it dawns on me, we all became friends at the Artist Invitational, and now we're all essentially rave family. Yeah. Supporting one of our other rave family. And I connected the dots. I'm like, wow, you two met there. We met there. I mean, I met everybody there at the Artist Invitational. I was like, wow, we all became rave family through this fucking event. Like, it's so sick. And then you fast forward to today, and everybody branches off and is working together, doing their own projects, and it's like Fleur left with at the parking lot too.
Yeah.
It's fucking great. It's collaboration at its finest, and then we show up once a month and rinse our fucking awesome tracks.
I love to hear that. You know, like it's crazy on how like, you know, not even like just meeting someone at the show, but like meeting that someone and, you know, crossing paths with them, like for all you know, they can help you change a spare tire if you don't know how to do it, or
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
give you a ride to work because your car broke down. Like it's not just like you're making a connection and just seeing them at shows. Like you also have the opportunity to build that relationship and be like, hey, or like if you're down in the dumps and you're like, fuck, I need someone to talk to. Like all of a sudden you're there and your homie's like, hey, I noticed you're down. Like next thing you know, you're connecting with someone more on the emotional level of things. So
it's family. It becomes a community.
Exactly.
Because it's very specific.
So I absolutely love what you're doing there. You know, I'm sure like you can speak for yourself. Based on your own experiences, like you will meet people there, you will make connections, you will receive, you know, feedback on like what you did great, what you can do better at. So it sounds like the space that you've created with our Artist Invitational is, you know, welcoming, safe, you know, something along the lines of like, it's just, you want people to be there to experience what it's meant to be experienced about, and that's showing off your music. But be proud of it, you know, wear that shit on your chest. Let's say someone's listening right now who has, you know, a folder of unfinished songs, or, you know, like listening to this, they've kind of tapped in and they're like, wow, I'm actually interested. What is their next steps? What do they need to do?
Follow the Artist Invitational SLC on Instagram. That's the account that we're managing right now. About 2 weeks prior to every event, which is typically the third or fourth Thursday of every month, we start posting with a registration form. It's a link in the bio of the Instagram page. Once you see those posts, go fill out that form. And then essentially we send out instruction emails. Once you fill out that form, you're on the roster. So the hardest part is just driving there and not talking yourself out of playing a track in front of a bunch of strangers. And that's on you. But I'm at Z for Zebra on Instagram. If you are nervous, DM the Artist Invitational page, DM me. I get those messages every single month. And I try to be as encouraging as possible, saying, worst case scenario, you're going to have me listen to your track and give you feedback on it. Don't be nervous. I'm a nerd too. Like, we're all in this together. So follow the page and fill out the form, and we'll see you next month.
No, I seriously love how supportive you are, you know, of people who are, you know, growing and people who are just starting. Like you want to see them, you want to see what they have to offer, you want to see that potential growth in a person. And it's truly like you are your biggest enemy when it comes to anything in life, right? Not just making music. So like Zach said, like tap into that, you know, like step out of your comfort zone, come see what Artist Invitational is about. You never know what door or opportunity you're going to open by just showing up. I'm going to ask you one more question, and then we're going to wrap things up. Who do you hope walks through the door at your next Artist Invitational?
I think it's really any promoters, any artist, really anybody that can help us rise the tide for all the ships in the room. We'd love to get some of the bigger promoter representatives in that room hearing the producers, because it is truly at its core the first step of the underground. And if you're looking for fresh sounds, I think anybody that's interested in new music. But I think thinking about that, the most important person that can walk through that door are just fans of music and creativity. So the artist out there that's looking for something fresh, something new, and looking to be around creatives, that's truly who I hope walks into the door each month with us.
I love that. Well, I do want to thank you, you know, for taking the time and sitting down and explaining what Artist Invitational is.
Definitely.
We hope to see you all there August 27th. I will be there. You've heard it live. Not live, because this isn't live. But I did give in to peer pressure. I will be there. Zach will be there. Come mix and mingle. Even if you don't produce, come support your locals. Tap into the underground. And yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.